Good afternoon, everyone. This is Dr. Armstrong coming to you today with a short version of the therapeutic talks for today. A question that has been swirling around recently in some of my circles and in my practice is how to create happiness. How to create happiness. One thing that we must understand about happiness does not come from the outside, it comes from within. Happiness is almost a psychological trait of a positive thinking person. If you're the one who constantly thinks negative all the time, then you will fall into a depressed state. That's just nature. That's just how we are wired psychologically. All right. The old adage that luck is what brings about happiness can't be any farther from the truth, because a person can have no luck and still be happy. So I look at happiness as something that you can create, something that you can build, something that you can, per se, have a certain type of, let's say, like a sculpture, right? It's like a sculpture, something that you build out. Okay. Let's take a look on a daily basis, if you will, and see if we can find where some happiness can be created. You wake up in the morning, and again, a lot of it has to be with how you go to sleep at night. Happiness, 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 happiness. You go to sleep at night, you wake up, and as you're waking up, if you still have negative thoughts from the night before, 9 times out of 10, you're going to wake up with those same negative thoughts. So what the night should be, it should be a time of release, a time of regeneration, a time of resetting, right? That's what sleep should be for us. Sleep and happiness, they have a correlation. There is a connection between sleep and happiness. Okay. Those who get the proper amount of sleep, they're happier. Okay. They're more upbeat because their body is rejuvenated, their brain is rejuvenated. Everything has reset. You don't have this waking anxiety that so many people wake up with, hating to see what the day is going to bring. So ask yourself the question upon waking up: how am I going? What can I do today to create some happiness? What can I find some happiness in? Okay, so look at it as a sculpture, right? And I got this idea from an article that I read some years ago in Psychology Today. I kind of put my little twist to it just to give it my own flair, because it's a little different for everybody. If we understand that, it's a little different for everybody. Okay. So let's look at some of the key points. All right. We're capable of choosing what to think about and what to do in our lives. We're capable of doing that ourselves. Okay. We have to get out the notion that it's because of this one, it's because of that one, it's because of this, that my happiness is interrupted. That is not the case. We have to have a mentality of, what am I creating today? Not what somebody is creating around me. What am I creating today? Okay? what you think, okay, is very indicative of how you will feel. Understand that. What you think is very indicative of how you will feel. Your thoughts turn into actions. Okay? That's what happens. They turn into actions. All right? And then we look at this, the choices, uh, those choices and those thoughts that you make and take, will they have a significant impact on your happiness? How will they significantly impact your day, your evening, your night, your quality time with family, your spiritual happiness, your emotional happiness? How will those choices affect you? All right. And then understand this in closing, in short, here, everyone, every person listening to this video, watching this video, or listening to the podcast today, you have a choice. You have the opportunity to create your own happiness. I listen to people all day long, and a lot of times I'm listening to them as they tell me some of the most traumatic moments of their life. If I did not find a way to create happiness in my life, I would not be able to help them. You may say, well, Dr. Armstrong, how does that affect you? Well, when you become an empathetic person and you take on someone else's hurt, pain, trauma, that can significantly impact you. Don't allow that to happen, because you can choose. Okay? Yes, you can. Yes, I'm empathetic. I'm sympathetic to certain needs of people. Yes, absolutely. However, I do know that there's a level of happiness that I have to have, and you must have that same mentality. There's a level of happiness that you must have. All right? And we should make happiness a priority. There are people out here, they may not have as much money as they want, but they're still happy. Loved ones have gone, but they still find some source of happiness. All right? And then there's the flip side of that. There are people who have everything in the world that others covet, but look how many of those people have committed a suicide. Look how many of those people have turned to drugs, alcohol, to try to numb some type of emotional pain that they may be feeling. These are the times, my friends, that you can create your own happiness. And I'm going to read this little short passage here from an article. All right. It says, the first step in creating your own happiness is simply acknowledging the fact that you are able and capable of creating your own happiness. We must let go of the thought that our circumstances affect our happiness, and we must tell ourselves that we hold the power to our own happiness. In other words, every thought or action that we take affects the sculpture, it affects the fabric of our lives. Okay? It affects that. Ask yourself throughout the day, what am I creating? Have I done anything to make myself happy today? And it's not always spending money to make you happy. Okay? Sometimes it's going for a short walk. Sometimes it's having a lighthearted conversation where it's not so heavy. Learn to find happiness in some of the small things. And trust me, the joy that you get out of that, joy and happiness are two different things. That's a different video for a different day. But the joy that you get out of finding happiness in some of the simplest little things will be amazing to you at the end of the day. Learn, my friends, how to create your own happiness. Find what it is that makes you happy and work towards creating that, okay? Thank you very much. Please like, subscribe, and share. Read the description at the end of the video. It'll tell you a lot more about how to go about creating your own happiness. Thank you, folks. Hope you all have a wonderful day.